Everybody is busy, yet few people are actually building. And the difference has little to do with your intelligence, with your discipline, motivation, or even level of talent. It has everything, however, to do with your attention, to where you put your attention, where you put your focus, specifically the first couple of hours of each day. This really plays the biggest role in terms of the results that you will be able to realize daily, weekly, and monthly. Most people around you start their days reacting to endless messages, endless phone calls, endless news outlets, scrolling, doom scrolling, all these kinds of stuff. It feels productive because your brain is firing constantly. However, reaction is not creation. These two are very different things, and they will lead to different paths in terms of the results that you'd like for your business. You can spend 8 hours responding to other people's priorities, responding to unnecessary information, unnecessary items, and still build nothing at the end of the day. Here's the part that people don't like to admit. If you train your brain every day to chase cheap stimulation, cheap information, such as email, social media, constant updates, your brain is going to get used to that. Real work is going to start being very unbearable, and it will start being more boring than it has to. And this is what we want to stop, what we want to reduce, because we want our work to be productive. We want our work to feel, less of a burden on us than what it has to be. Why is real work hard? Well, real work is hard because it's quiet. It is slow, it is focused, it's structured, and it's repetitive. It doesn't give you instant feedback. And this is why many people either jump from opportunity to opportunity, they start something, they don't complete it, or they quit altogether, wasting their time, their resources, their energy, and also their reputation. See, the main difference between being busy and building is that busyness gives you the feeling of progress, the feeling of accomplishment, the feeling of realization. However, building actually gives you all of these stuff. However, later and in a compounded form, meaning that it becomes explosive once you build slowly, once you build quietly, and you do the same tedious stuff every single day, every single week, every single month, until you start to see the results in front of you. Now, talking about mornings, the first couple of hours every single day, they set your tone. As they say, the mornings set your tone. If you flood your brain early, this is going to mess up with your dopamine receptors. It will ultimately lower your tolerance for boredom. Boredom is where building lives, whether that's reading, writing, recording videos, phone calls with clients, advertising. It means working on one thing until it's done. It means sticking to something until the very end. And this is what will lead to you achieving what you want to achieve. If you cannot sit with boredom, you will keep choosing unproductive busyness. And being busy is socially rewarded. You tell your friends, hey man, I was busy all day, I was doing, calls, I responded to many emails and, all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, the end of the week, you look at your performance and you see that it doesn't really match what the business that you claim with the actual results, right? And when it comes to building, no one claps for it at the beginning. Nobody understands what you're doing. Sometimes people even doubt you because they cannot see it yet. But that is very normal. That is what is supposed to happen. That is precisely what building is like. And what separates people who actually build, who actually accomplish, who actually do something for their future, for themselves, is their ability to stick with this boredom, is their ability to stick with doing the same repetitive things every single day. And yes, of course, you have to tweak a few stuff, depending on what business you're operating at, and there are always a few modifications that you have to do. But the main things, they stay the same. They barely change. Appointment setting, advertising, marketing, it doesn't really change much. So if your days feel full but your progress feels empty, it's not a discipline problem, it is an attention and dopamine problem. And the solution is not more motivation. The solution is structuring your mornings properly. If this resonated, then you already know what needs to change. This channel is not for people who are chasing quick wins, who are chasing quick results. It is for builders who are actually building their actual business, who are building something that's durable, that lasts. If this sounds like something that's applicable to you, you know where to find me. Thank you very much for enjoying this video. Stay tuned. Have an amazing rest of your week.